Why I'll just do it myself is costing you more than you think. Hey tradies, welcome back to the Hey Tradies podcast. I'm your host, Amanda Fleming from Virtual Coastie, your virtual assistant team helping you get your evenings back. Let me ask you something. How many hours did you spend this week doing admin? Not actual paid work, not on the tools, admin, invoices, emails, supplier bills, scheduling, quote follow-up, chasing payments, payroll, fixing paperwork the team didn't do properly. Because if your answer is too bloody many, this episode is for you. And look, before we get into it, this is not a judgment episode because every single business owner has been there, especially when you're starting out. You do everything because you have to. And in the beginning, that makes sense. There comes a point where doing everything yourself stops being smart and starts becoming the actual thing holding your business back. I see it all the time with tradies, especially once you've got 1 or 2, 3 staff, because suddenly you're not just doing your own paperwork anymore, you're coordinating everyone else's too. And here's what happens. The business grows, which sounds great. More work, more invoices, more supplier bills, more quote requests, more scheduling, more customer communication, more paperwork, more moving parts. And instead of making life easier, growth actually makes life harder because you haven't changed how the work gets done. So today we're talking about admin tasks you need to stop doing yourself, or at the very least, seriously rethink. The biggest lie tradies tell themselves. Let's start with the classic. It's quicker if I do it myself. Is it? Or does it feel quicker because you know how to do it? Because here's what I know. You might be great on the tools, but we sit in front of computers all day, every day. We know the shortcuts. We know where the buttons are. We know how to structure systems. We know how to process things efficiently. What takes you 2 hours because you're tired, distracted, trying to do it at 8 p.m. after a full day might take us 20 minutes. That's not a dig. It's just reality. And the other big one, I can't afford help. That's one I hear constantly. But let me challenge that. Can you afford not to? Because if invoices aren't going out, you're not getting paid. If supplier invoices aren't getting entered, you have no visibility. If quote follow-up isn't happening, you're losing work. If your inbox is chaos, you're missing opportunities. If your bank rec isn't done, your numbers are rubbish. So yes, help costs money, but chaos costs money too, and usually a lot more. The night and the weekend trip. This is the bit that gets me. So many tradies tell themselves, I'll do it Friday. Then Friday comes and you're cooked. So it gets pushed to the weekend. And then suddenly Saturday morning turns into laptop open, coffee cold, family waiting. Trying to remember what happened on the jobs from 3 days ago. Trying to find supplier invoices buried in your inbox. Trying to work out whether something was invoiced. Trying to reconcile transactions you don't remember. That's not why you started your business. And if that's become normal, that's the problem. Because the business is taking from you instead of paying you back. The admin tasks tradie hang on to too long. Let's talk about specifics. Invoicing. This is the biggest one, hands down. I see tradies doing thousands and thousands of dollars worth of work and not invoicing it. Then saying, we've got cash flow issues. Well, yeah, because if it doesn't get invoiced, it doesn't get paid. I've got a client right now who's making incredible money every single day. The issue isn't earning capacity. The issue is admin flow. If the invoicing doesn't happen fast enough, the cash never lands. And then suddenly the business feels broke. That's not a sales problem. It's a systems problem. Inbox management. This one is chaos in so many businesses. Quote requests, supplier invoices, customer questions, appointment changes, team communication. And it's all mixed in with personal emails, newsletters, spam, random junk. then something important gets missed. It's not because anyone's lazy, it's because the system is broken. Quote follow-up. How many quotes are sitting there that no one has followed up? Because everyone loves doing a quote, no one loves chasing the answer, but follow-up is where money lives. Supplier invoice entry. If bills are sitting in an email folder or glove boxes, you have no visibility. You're guessing, and guessing is not business management. Scheduling. Once you've got a team, scheduling becomes huge, especially maintenance work, because one delay affects the whole day. And if you're trying to schedule while also being on the tools, that gets messy fast. Chasing debtors. Tradies hate this. Absolutely hate it. But if you're emotionally involved in every customer relationship, chasing money gets harder. That's where having someone else doing it helps massively. The emotional stuff. Now let's talk about the real reason people are hanging on. Control, trust, fear. Feeling like you should be able to do it. That's the honest bit. Sometimes it's not about systems, it's about identity. I built this business. My customers expect me. No one will care like I do. And sure, no one will care exactly like you. But it doesn't mean you need to personally do every admin task forever. It's not business ownership. That's self-employment with paperwork. When should you start delegating? Honestly, earlier than most tradies think. Definitely by the time you've got 1 to 3 staff, because now you're managing moving parts. Even if you're a one-man band, if admin is eating into your nights and weekends, it's worth asking whether support makes sense. Because what we can often get done in a few hours might take you 10. That's not because you're not capable, it's because it's not your zone. What if you still want to keep some tasks? That's totally fine. Not everything has to be delegated, but if you're keeping something, ask, can I do this faster? Can Fergus help? Can templates help? Can favorites speed up things? Can the team do more? Can better systems reduce the workload? Because sometimes the answer isn't hiring immediately. Sometimes it's fixing the process first. You shouldn't be working 16-hour days. This is the part I want to be really clear on. Building a successful trades business should not mean sacrificing every evening and weekend forever. It's not sustainable. It's not why most people go into business. Yes, there are hard seasons. Yes, sometimes you push. But if that is your permanent operating model, something needs to change because eventually burnout catches up, or the admin mistakes catch up, or your relationship feels it, or your health does. Usually all of the above. Action step. This week, I want you to write down every admin task you did, everything. Then circle the ones that you hate doing. Delays cash coming in. Someone else could probably do it because it's quicker. That's your delegation shortlist. And if you're sitting there thinking, yep, that's me, I'm drowning, that's literally what we help tradies with. Virtual Coastie exists to take the admin pressure off your plate, whether that's weekly support, daily support, Fergus implementation, invoicing, bookkeeping, scheduling, support. The whole point is giving you time back because you should be getting paid properly for your time, not doing admin at 10 p.m. because you couldn't face it earlier. If you're ready to stop being the bottleneck in your business, reach out. I'll catch you in the next episode.